You leave the yard of a morning and you pull out the gate, and you don't pull out in a casual mode. You've got to be on the ball. If you're not on the ball, scenarios are going to evolve around you the whole time.
The scenario that evolved in front of Steve Bloor in May this year was a violent road rage bashing captured on the dash cam of his prime mover. The attacker is 20-year-old New Zealand-born Chances Moana.
Just opened up his door and punched him a couple of times.
He wasn't thinking rationally at all.
The victim, 63-year-old retiree Andrew Nurlich.
So he was seeing red, he wanted blood?
Yes, exactly.
In the space of just 20 seconds, the lives of 3 strangers will be forever altered. And as you'll see, the attacker, who casually flees the scene, will soon enough pay an unexpected and very heavy price.
That's karma jumping out in front of him.
You think?
Oh, for sure. I'm a strong believer in karma. And he got it.
Our roads are busier than ever. Rushing to work, hurrying home, traffic jams. It's the perfect recipe for conflict.
Somehow, ordinary people lose their cool and unleash horrible violence, often for minor discourtesies in traffic, simple misunderstandings, or just plain bloody mindedness.
Here you go!
Hardly a week goes by without road rage making headlines somewhere in Australia. All-in brawls, rage-fuelled attacks, weapons of all kinds. In this case, a chainsaw.
It's be anything that's shaped like a stick or a hammer. I've seen hammers, tomahawks, baseball bats, cricket bats, tennis rackets.
Feels like we almost need anger management as a society.
Oh, very much so, especially when it comes to driving.
Steve Bloor is a grandfather and a veteran truck driver with more than 30 years' experience hauling loads around Australia in his B-double.
What's generally the impetus for these road rage attacks?
Merging's a big one. People aren't allowing the vehicle that's in front of them to merge in. Therefore, they've virtually pushed their way into the lane, which aggravates the person they're merging in on, and next thing you know, it's on.
Is it just the guys that are getting angry on the roads?
Oh, no, women are great for it.
You've seen it all.
Oh, you see a lot on the road. Yeah. Oh, look, and the busier the roads get, the worse the road rage gets.
Cover, cover, cover. Come through, clench, get the overhook and come to the side.
Until 2 months ago, retired computer programmer Andrew Nurlich had never encountered road rage. But he's no stranger to facing conflict. He's been studying martial arts for 40 years and is a black belt in jiu-jitsu.
Make sure you cover a little bit on this side.
In training, you have to remain calm. If you start losing it emotionally, you tend to make a whole heap of mistakes. Yeah. I think it makes people calmer and better able to deal with each other in difficult situations.
And a very difficult situation is about to unfold between Andrew and this man, Chances Moana. He's 20, a tree lopper by trade and posts plenty of photos online. Sometimes he's surrounded by his large Maori family. Other times he looks rebellious, even aggressive. On May 11 this year, Chances is driving a friend's ute in Sydney's northern suburbs. It's just before 1 p.m. and Andrew Nurlich has finished teaching jiu-jitsu in Manly and is heading home. Not far behind them is Steve Bloor in his truck, his dashcam rolling as all 3 approach roadworks at a busy intersection.
So, Matt, we're going up Forest Way now. You can see there's a lot of roadworks going on.
Yeah, it's hard to get a straight line. There's plenty going on.
Yeah.
Andrew, in the right lane, follows lane markings and merges left, colliding with Chance's ute.
I've clipped his car or he's clipped mine.
I was in the middle lane and he was in the far right lane, and then he came into the middle lane and then trying to push me over, and then I got in front of him, and then, yeah.
I thought, okay. It was a fairly minor collision at that stage.
The impact wasn't all that severe?
No, I thought we'd go through the lights and park at the side of the road and exchange details. Yeah, like civilised people do.
What happens when you stop at the lights?
Oh, that's when I jumped out of the car.
Just the way that he was walking indicated that he was ready for battle. Uh-oh, I'm in trouble here.
What do you remember about what you did?
Just opened up his door and...
He wasn't thinking rationally at all. It was just, you know, I'm going to punish this guy for running into me.
So he was seeing red, he wanted blood?
Yes, exactly.
Is there anything at all you can remember about the force of that initial blow?
It certainly hurt, and I was certainly concerned for my safety and, I guess to a degree, my life.
He's knocked Andrew out, and therefore Andrew's got on the accelerator and ran into the back of the ute.
I still don't quite understand what happened there, but the car did lurch forward into the back of his truck.
Chances is furious, believing Andrew has rammed his ute on purpose.
went like straight up the back of the ute, and that's when I retaliated.
He just unloaded on him repeatedly.
He had one thing on his mind, and that was blood.
Yep. And when he saw blood, he just kept getting more blood.
Under attack, Andrew's years of self-defence kick in.
I sort of swung in my seat and basically folded up like this. So my feet are protecting me, my hands are protecting me, and I'm trying to use my forearms just to deflect all the punches.
Chances Moana says he doesn't remember the ferocity of his attack.
Just opened up his door and punched him a couple of times.
Can you remember how many times?
3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 times. Can you remember that?
No.
You were so angry you just snapped?
Yes.
What made you so angry?
Because the car that I was driving, it wasn't mine, so... Yeah.
People have accidents on the road all the time. For your response to that to be to get out and rain down 15 punches, do you think that's excessive?
Yes.
Do you think that's a reasonable reaction to what happened?
No.
After the attack, Chances walks back to his ute and slowly drives away.
I was absolutely amazed watching the dashcam vision to see you get up out of the car and start having a conversation. And I thought, this bloke's bulletproof.
Oh, I wish.
Feels like it watching it.
I guess part of me thought, well, I'll get out of the car, just show people I'm not dead, basically.
How bad did he look?
Oh, looked like he'd been taken to with a baseball bat, if you ask me.
Andrew suffered severe facial lacerations, a badly damaged eye and a cut to his lip, which required stitching.
Oh, look at him go. Just look at him go. Honestly.
His wife, Pat, still can't believe the dashcam video.
I can't even imagine what sort of person does it. You know, he was so enraged and it was so vicious. He really, really wanted to do some damage. And I was even more amazed that Andrew had come through this with relatively unscathed. I can't get over it. I really can't.
The video helps police identify Chances, and a day after the attack, he turns himself in.
Chances Moana is charged with 2 counts of assault and ordered to appear here at the Manly Court. But at the hearing 2 weeks ago, Chances is a no-show. And in his absence, he's convicted of the brutal bashing of Andrew Nurlich, and a warrant is issued for his arrest. Admit it, we've all had the urge to throttle someone out here in the traffic. Thankfully, most of us don't act on that rage. As we've seen these days, if you do, there is every chance that you'll be caught on camera. But those videos don't always tell the full story.
Like this confronting mobile phone footage shot on the central coast of New South Wales. It immediately went viral. All the more shocking because it was a woman, Bianca Sams, on the receiving end.
It was a pretty big hit that I copped. It really was.
I feel bad about having to raise my hand to a girl, to a female. But at the point in time, I was genuinely fearful of my life, of my safety, my welfare.
This is the first time Clint Pollard has spoken publicly about punching a young mother in the face.
It's time I told the truth.
What is the truth?
The truth is that I was attacked that day. I was the victim.
Why would he say something like that?
Trying to make himself look better for hitting a girl.
The day, July 24 last year, Clint is on his way to the beach to take his dog for a swim. In the car behind him is Bianca. She's in the passenger seat. Her girlfriend, Taylor, is driving, and Taylor's baby is in the back. The speed limit drops from 80 to 60.
I slowed to 60 k's from 80 kilometres. The next thing I know, there's a car behind me flashing their lights, pipping their horn. I look in my rear vision mirror and there's people waving their arms around, tooting their horn, flashing their lights, going off their heads, and I think, oh shit, well, these guys must be in a rush. The next thing I know, this car's come screaming around the outside of me. And that's basically how it started.
Clint pulls out his mobile phone and starts recording as Bianca leans half her body out of the car and begins throwing nails at him.
There was a sheet of nails, she was snapping them off. So there'd be a strip 4 or 5 nails deep.
Why did you do it? Was it the rage and the heat of the moment?
It was the heat of the moment, really, that I reacted to it, and I thought, I just want to get him away from us. We've got a baby in the car. Get away from us, leave us alone at least.
I had an overwhelming feeling that something terrible was about to happen.
Clint is right, and he doesn't have to wait long. Bianca and Taylor stop at the lights. Clint is behind them. Watching it all is truckie Dwayne Pillage, recording on his mobile phone as Clint gets out of his car.
You can see in the footage he was walking in big man stance, you know, shoulders back and chest out. Obviously he was trying to intimidate.
Why'd you get out of the car?
I thought, I'm not going to let this bastard come up to the window and do anything to me, so I thought, I'll get out. I just thought he was going to yell at me. That's all I thought. I didn't expect to get punched, but yeah.
Watching the vision of what happened, I'll be honest, I felt pretty sick to my stomach.
No man's happy about having to raise a hand. I had no intention of throwing a punch, and then it just changed in a matter of a split second.
In that split second, Clint claims he sees a chisel in Bianca's left hand.
You threw the punch?
Yep. It was too late for me to turn around. I'd already walked straight into a trap.
Why did you get out of the car with a chisel?
What? I didn't get out of the car with no chisel. I had nothing in my hands whatsoever.
I want to clear up the record right now. Did you have something like this in your hand?
No.
Not at all?
Nope.
You're being 100% honest with me?
Yep. I swear on my daughter's life there was nothing in my hands whatsoever.
We certainly can't see the chisel in that video, you'll agree, right?
I saw a large, chunky metal object I assumed was the chisel. I had no choice but to act in self-defence. It's between me, it's between my welfare, my safety, or a psychotic person that's trying to harm me.
There are many people across Australia, Clint, who think what you did, king-hitting a young woman, makes you a most magnificent coward.
If that's the image they have of me and that's the thoughts they think, oh, sure, I don't blame them for thinking that, but I didn't just king-hit a girl. I didn't king-hit anybody. I acted in self-defence and that was that.
I just think you should never have hit a woman whatsoever. Never hit any woman, no matter what they do. Like, never do it.
What sort of person in your mind is capable of throwing a punch like that at a woman?
A coward, a complete coward. Someone who can only stand up to women and not men.
The altercation doesn't end with the punch. Bianca's girlfriend, Taylor, throws her car into reverse.
The car's reversing and Clint's had to jump out of the way. If he hadn't turned around, 100% they would have run over him.
You're kidding?
No doubt.
She was trying to run me over, dead set.
What, trying to kill you?
Dead set, trying to kill me.
I don't think she was trying to kill him. I think she was just trying to bump him to get him away.
Clint gets back in his car, but a kilometre down the road realises the women, even though they have a baby in the back, are now chasing him.
I thought, Jesus, these girls will not stop. They're not going to leave me alone until I'm seriously maimed, injured, or friggin' dead.
And now Bianca really does use a chisel, throwing it at Clint's vehicle.
But the next thing, bang, glass goes everywhere. Shatters pretty much in my face. I was terrified. I was absolutely scared, shitless. Really, it shook me up. They took off.
That night, Bianca posts photos of her injuries on Facebook and even boasts she'd thrown nails and a chisel at Clint. When the truckie's video is posted online, it goes viral. You became, Clint, I would say, one of the most hated men in Australia. What did that feel like?
Yeah, it's just been hard. It was hard for me to look at myself. It just tore me up. Just everything that happened that day. And the fact that I actually raised my hand and had to hit a girl, I had to defend myself in such a manner, it didn't sit right with me. So, yeah, it got to me, it cut me to pieces.
How hard's this been for you?
Pretty hard.
What's been the hardest?
Making people realise I'm not a bad person. Yeah, I get I'm an idiot for doing what I did and I shouldn't have done it. But I shouldn't be painted as a bad person like I have been.
For her role, Bianca is doing 140 hours of community service. Clint Pollard pleaded guilty to assault and was fined $900.
I really want an apology, really, and I do want to apologise to him for doing what I did as well. But at the same time, he shouldn't have done what he done to me.
I shouldn't need to say sorry. I'm ashamed of myself. I shouldn't need to say sorry.
May this year, a minor collision leads to major violence. Tradie Chances Moana launches a brutal road rage attack on 63-year-old retiree Andrew Nerlich.
I was dealing with an enraged animal.
Chances eventually surrenders to police and is ordered to appear in court. But he doesn't turn up.
Just a month before his day in court, the young tradie is riding his bike too fast towards this intersection and towards an extraordinary twist of fate. He hits a pothole, flies off his bike and lands on this roundabout, smashing himself up and losing consciousness. Luckily, this all happened just a few hundred metres to the entrance to Gosford Hospital. Otherwise, doctors say he'd be dead. He was in a coma for 5 days, smashed leg bones, broken knees, smashed pelvis, punctured lung, ruptured spleen, ruptured bowel and bladder. 2 years recovery.
Well, I wouldn't wish that on anybody. If there's karma or retribution or something, you know, he's gone way past anything that he did to me. And, you know, I'm genuinely sorry to hear that.
We play Chances a message from Andrew.
I just say to you, you've found this out now that violence isn't the answer. 15 seconds of rage and anger, they haven't worked out for you very well. I really wish you all the best from here on in. Good luck.
What would you say to the man you attacked? What would you say to him?
Andrew, sorry for what I did on the day we had the collision. Yeah, really sorry for punching you and all of that.
You're genuinely sorry for that, Chances? Is it real?
Yeah, if I was to meet him, I'd say sorry right now, if he was here.
We decided to find out just how genuine this young man is. And a few days later, arranged for him to meet Andrew face to face.
Is there anything you'd like to say to Andrew?
I'm sorry, Andrew, and I regret what I did on the day. It was unnecessary of me doing what I did.
From my point of view, I had a bad day. I don't think you had a very good day either. I really hope you can get past this and do something really good and amazing with your life, okay? I forgive you and I really wish you all the best for the future, okay? And I'd like to shake your hand if I could. Okay, good luck to you, mate.